Hello. Hello everyone. Today we're reviewing the Samsung Galaxy S25. The S25 packs a Snapdragon 8 Elite chip, 2 cores at 4.47 GHz, 6 at 3.53 GHz, and an Adreno 830 GPU. It boasts 12 GB RAM and 256 GB UFS 4.0 storage. 128 GB and 512 GB versions are also available. None of these models support microSD expansion. You can convert 8 GB of storage to virtual RAM, giving you an extra 8 GB of memory. If you're unsure about virtual RAM, check out my quick explainer video linked above. It's powered by a 4000 mAh lithium battery with 25W fast charging. Expect about a day's battery life with normal use, browsing, social media, emails and some photos, and will get a full charge in just over an hour. It also has 15W wireless charging and 4.5W reverse charging. As always, if we push the phone harder with videos, movies, shows or games, the battery life naturally decreases. The screen is 6.2 inches with a dynamic LTPO AMOLED panel, a max refresh rate of 120 Hz, HDR 10+, 1080 x 2340 pixel resolution, and peak brightness of 2600 nits, protected by Gorilla Glass Victus II. In settings, we can choose an adaptive refresh rate up to 120 Hz or use the phone at 60 Hz. For connectivity, it has dual-band Wi-Fi 2.4 GHz, Bluetooth 5.4, NFC, GPS, 5G, and a USB-C 3.2 OTG charging port. This model doesn't have a 3.5mm headphone jack. Let's take a quick look at the cameras it has. On the back, it features a triple camera setup with a 50MP main sensor, f1, 8 aperture, dual pixel PDAF, and optical stabilization. There's a 10MP telephoto lens with f2, 4 aperture, PDAF, optical stabilization, and 3x optical zoom. Lastly, it has an ultra-wide lens with a 12MP sensor, f2, 2 aperture, and super stabilization. For video, it can shoot up to 8K at 30 fps, 4K at 60 fps, and Full HD at 120 fps. The front camera has a 12MP sensor with f2, 2 aperture, and can record 4K video at 60 fps. The phone is IP68 rated, making it dust and splash resistant, and can be submerged up to 1.5 m for 30 minutes. It ships with Android 15 and Samsung's One UI 7 skin. Moreover, it's crucial to highlight that the Galaxy S25 comes with Gemini AI fully integrated into the phone, both for process automation and conversation, as well as for photo and video editing. This is quite extensive, so don't worry, we'll cover it all in a dedicated video. As for pricing, the 128 GB version is €909, the 256 GB is €969, and the 512 GB is €1,089. As always, I've left some links below if you're feeling impulsive and want to grab one. Now that we've seen the specs, let's move on to the unboxing, folks. Alright guys, as for the box contents, as you can see, it's pretty straightforward. It's nothing different from what we usually find in today's phones. On one side we have the phone itself, the S25, which we'll examine in detail later, as always. Along with it, we have the typical SIM ejector tool to remove the SIM card tray. We also have a double-ended USB-C cable for charging the phone. So, after this quick unboxing, let's move on to the interesting part, examining the Galaxy S25 in detail. The Samsung Galaxy S25 weighs 162 grams and measures 14.5 centimeters tall, 6.5 centimeters wide, and 7 mm thick. On the top of the phone, we only find the dual microphone. At the bottom, there's the SIM slot, another mic, the USB-C charging port, and the external speaker. On the right side, we find the volume control button along with the power button, which can also lock the phone or access the Gemini AI. On the back, we find the camera module in the upper left corner. It houses the triple lens setup, main, ultra-wide, and telephoto with the LED flash on the right. And of course, on the front, we have the screen. The selfie camera is embedded in the center, with the internal speaker just above in the slim bezel. Now, as always, after examining the phone's physical details, let's look at its performance. As expected, the phone performs spectacularly, easily handling daily tasks like WhatsApp, browsing, YouTube, and email. In other words, if you use your phone normally day to day, you'll have an excellent experience. Plus, the 120 Hz refresh rate makes the screen feel smooth and fluid, especially when scrolling through apps. The phone can run perfectly with all apps open in the background without any noticeable slowdown whatsoever, and we can put it under heavy use without it struggling at any point. The screen, in my opinion, is amazing, with spectacular brightness and very high clarity. The AMOLED panel lets us see perfectly from any angle with no loss of visibility. Also, when watching a series or movie, thanks to Dolby Atmos, we'll have high quality sound too. As I mentioned before, and I'll make a specific video about this, the S25 comes with Gemini AI integrated into nearly all phone processors, allowing native use for conversations, image creation, video transcription, and real-time call translation, creating automated task lists, voice-controlled social media posting and sharing, and even photo and video editing capabilities, brilliantly removing or moving elements and creating separate audio tracks in videos for individual editing. For gaming tests, I tried Call of Duty Mobile. The game allows maximum graphic settings, showcasing the phone's impressive GPU and CPU. This ensures smooth gameplay experience. Once in-game, it runs flawlessly. Of all the phones I've tested, this one clearly has the best gaming performance, with smooth gameplay, responsive controls, and stunning graphics. I also like the Game Booster side menu, which offers various gaming options and optimizes RAM usage for better performance. Regarding battery life, while 4000 mAh initially seemed low, it's well optimized and easily lasts a full day with normal use. You can use the phone for everyday tasks without issues. However, heavy usage like gaming or video recording may drain the battery by day's end. As for the camera, like with Gemini AI, I'll make a separate video with a detailed analysis of all lenses and features. Overall, without going into specifics, the camera is excellent. Possibly one of the best I've tested for this channel. The camera modes are incredibly comprehensive and the app is flawlessly implemented. It has all the expected modes: Pro for photo and video, time-lapse, night mode, and slow mode, plus some unique ones like food mode, dual recording, and single take. But what really matters is the photo quality and options more than just the modes. The main lens captures high-quality shots with realistic colors and wide dynamic range. It performs exceptionally well even in low-light indoor settings. Photos show virtually no noise, and cropping is implemented perfectly. HDR works great on auto, always enhancing images, especially in shadows. The Pro modes might be the most comprehensive I've seen, with truly professional photo and video customization. The ultra-wide lens delivers great results, nearly matching the main lens in quality and feel. Lateral curvature correction is almost perfect, and while it captures less light, it's not a significant difference. The telephoto lens also shows impressive results. Optical zoom up to 3x is magnificent, and digital zoom to 30x remains quite acceptable. As for video, it meets high expectations. 4K at 60 FPS performs well with excellent stabilization. The phone's stabilization is surprisingly good, even without activating Super Stabilizer mode. As I mentioned, it's a great camera. I'll dedicate a full video to it soon. Well, folks, that wraps up our review of the Samsung Galaxy S25. As I said earlier, stay tuned. I'll be uploading several videos to complement this review, covering the S25's features and functions, including some crucial ones like an in-depth look at the camera and the Gemini AI. Once ready, I'll add links in the video description and they may pop up here too. I'll also check the channel in case they're already up, if you're keen to learn more. If this was helpful, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell. It really helps. That's all from me as always. It's been a pleasure. See you in the next video.